Good day! Today, we will be talking about Mary Stevenson Cassatt, born in May 22, 1844 to June 14, 1926. Cassatt was an American painter and printmaker. She lived much of her adult life in France, where she first befriended Edgar Degas and later exhibited among the Impressionists. Cassatt was born in Allegheny, Pennsylvania, which is now part of Pittsburgh. She was born into favorable circumstances. Her father, Robert Simpson Cassatt, was a successful stockbroker and land speculator, while her mother, Catherine Kelso Johnston, came from a banking family. Cassatt grew up in an environment that viewed travel as integral of education. She spent 5 years in Europe and visited many of the capitals like London, Paris, and Berlin. She had her first lesson in drawing and music, while abroad and learned German and French. Her first exposure to French artists like Ingres, Delacroix, Corot, and Courbet was likely at the Paris World's Fair of 1855. Also exhibited at the exhibition were Degas and Pissarro, both of whom would be future colleagues and mentors. Even though her family objected to her of becoming a professional artist, Cassatt began studying at the Pennsylvania Academy of the Fine Arts in Philadelphia at the early age of 15 and continued her studies during the years of the American Civil War. Part of their concern may have been Cassatt's exposure to feminist ideas. And now, I will be presenting Cassatt's artwork. The first one will be The Child's Bath. Created in 1893. In this intimately observed vignette of a woman bathing her young daughter, Cassatt again combines certain stylistic influences of Japanese art with the subject matter of her own milieu. The variety of patterns in this composition, including several floral designs and bold stripes of the woman's dress, is united by the restrained palette of grays and mauves. The soft coloration allows the viewer to concentrate on the subject matter. The close relationship between the mother and child. The second artwork would be The Little Girl in Blue Armchair. Cassatt chose to portray a young girl alone in a domestic interior. The visible brushwork and the figures and formal pose are hallmarks of Impressionism. The asymmetrical composition, raised viewpoint, shallow space, and abrupt cropping of the scene all indicate the influence of Japanese art. Cassatt also brings her own astute observation to the construction of this image. The girl, who was a child of a friend of Degas, is seated in a sprawling and self-conscious manner that reminds the viewer of her young age, and the way that she is dwarfed by the adult furniture around her evoke the awkwardness and isolation of certain stages of childhood. The last artwork would be The Mother and Child. Created in 1905. By the turn of the century, Cassatt was working almost exclusively with the subject of mothers and children, using professional models for her figures. In this painting, she again looks closely at an interaction between women at different stages of life. The mother's fashionable outfit serves as a foil for the child's innocent nudity. The two figures are united by their gestures and their gazes. By including two mirrors within the composition, Cassatt established a complex spatial and conceptual arrangement of images within images. Artists from Diego Velázquez and Peter Paul Rubens to Edward Manet had depicted women looking at themselves in mirrors, seeing themselves as objective of beauty to be admired by others. Cassatt was aware of this tradition in Western art, but she subverted it in Mother and Child. Here, the woman and girl both look into the small, circular mirror where they regard the children's reflection together. In this enigmatic work, the two subjects then become the young girl's evolving feminine identity and her future womanhood under the guidance of maternal influence. Cassatt's work combined the light color palette and loose brushwork of Impressionism, with composition influenced by Japanese art as well as by European old masters. And she worked in a variety of media throughout her career. This versatility helped to establish her professional success at a time when very few women were regarded as serious artists. Cassatt's art typically depicted domestic settings, the world to which she herself was restricted, rather than the more public spaces that her male contemporaries were free to inhabit. Her material was occasionally dismissed as quintessentially feminine, yet most critics realized that she brought considerable technical skills and psychological insight to her subject matter. Through her business acumen and her friendship and professional relationship with artists, dealers, and collectors on both sides of the Atlantic, Cassatt became a key figure in the turn-of-the-century art world and helped establish the taste of Impressionist art in her native United States.